My sister took my daughter's new phone and sold it. Then she told everyone that my daughter had lost It.Then. My parents said, "You should raise her better and not buy her such an expensive phone." I kept quiet. The next day their faces turned pale when I watched the pawnshop's surveillance footage. My sister sold my daughter's birthday phone and told everyone my kid lost it. And somehow my entire family believed her. It started 3 days after my daughter Lily turned 13. I had saved for months to buy her a new iPhone. It was the most expensive gift I had ever bought her, but she had worked hard in school all year and I wanted to do something special. She was careful with it, almost paranoid about it. She kept wiping the screen, charging it every night, and even refused to bring it to school the first day because she was afraid someone might take it. Then my sister Ashley asked Lily to go to the mall with her. They were gone for about 2 hours. When they came back, Ashley had the story ready. She said Lily lost the phone somewhere near the food court. She said they searched everywhere but it was gone. Before I could even process what happened, Ashley had already called my parents. That same evening my phone started ringing. My mom asked why I would buy a 13-year-old such an expensive phone. My dad said kids who lose things like that don't understand responsibility. They both said I needed to raise Lily better. Meanwhile, Lily sat next to me on the couch crying and repeating the same thing. I didn't lose it. According to Lily, things happened differently. Ashley asked to see the phone while they were walking through the mall. She said she wanted to take a picture of some shoes she liked. Lily handed it to her. Then Ashley said she needed to make a quick call and walked toward the hallway near the restrooms. A few minutes later Ashley came back. Without the phone. He told Lily it was gone. When I asked Ashley about it later, she looked at me like the idea was ridiculous. "Maria, why would I take a kid's phone?" My parents immediately took her side. By the end of the night, the situation somehow turned into a lecture about my parenting. They said Lily needed more discipline. They said expensive gifts spoil kids. They said maybe this would teach her responsibility. Lily heard every word. After that she stopped defending herself. For 2 days the story stayed the same. Lily lost the phone. Ashley tried to help find it. I was irresponsible for buying it. I kept quiet. But something about Ashley's story didn't sit right with me. 2 days before this happened she had been complaining to everyone that she was broke. Then suddenly she posted pictures online showing a brand new suitcase and talking about a trip she was planning to New York. That didn't make sense. So on the 3rd day I went back to the mall alone. I told Lily I was just going to check the food court again. But instead I walked into a small pawn shop 2 blocks away from the mall entrance. I wasn't even sure what I expected to find. Then I saw it sitting in the glass display case. A silver iPhone. With a small scratch on the bottom corner. The same scratch Lily cried about the day she dropped the phone in our driveway. I asked the guy behind the counter if I could see it. He handed it to me. I turned it over in my hands. Same case. Same scratch. Same phone. I asked him when it had been brought in. 2 days ago, he said. Then I asked the question that made my stomach drop. Do you keep records of who sold it? The guy pointed up toward a small camera in the corner of the ceiling. Everything's recorded. I asked the pawnshop employee if I could see the recording. He looked at me for a moment and asked why. So I told him the truth. I explained that the phone belonged to my daughter and that someone in my family claimed my kid had lost it at the mall. I showed him a picture of Lily holding the phone on her birthday. He studied the picture, then looked at the phone in my hand. After a few seconds he nodded. He went into the back room and came out with a small monitor on the counter. He typed a few things into the system and scrolled through the footage from 2 days earlier. My heart was beating so hard I could hear it. The video showed the front door of the shop and the counter. At first nothing happened. People came in, looked at guitars, left again. Then the timestamp moved forward. And then someone walked in. I recognized her immediately. Ashley. She was wearing the same green jacket she had worn when she picked Lily up for the mall. The video showed her walking straight to the counter. She pulled the phone out of her purse and placed it on the glass. The employee in the video picked it up and checked it. Ashley stood there scrolling on her own phone while he looked at it. After a minute he said something to her. She nodded. Then he opened the register and counted out cash. Ashley took the money and put it into her purse. Then she walked out. Just like that. No hesitation. No confusion. No sign that the phone belonged to someone else. I stared at the screen for a long time. The pawnshop employee looked back and forth between me and the video. So that your sister? I nodded. For a moment neither of us said anything. Then he said something that made the whole situation even worse. She seemed in a hurry. Asked if we could pay cash. That explained the New York trip. Ashley had been talking about it for weeks but always said she couldn't afford it. Now she suddenly had money. From my daughter's birthday present. I asked if I could buy the phone back. He said yes since it hadn't been processed yet. I paid the exact amount Ashley had received for it. While he printed the receipt, I kept thinking about the last 2 days. My parents blaming Lily. My mother saying she needed to be raised better. Lily sitting quietly and taking all of it. When the employee handed me the phone, he also asked if I wanted a copy of the footage. I didn't hesitate. Yes. He saved the clip on a flash drive and slid it across the counter. I left the pawn shop with the phone in one hand and the flash drive in my pocket. The whole drive home I kept thinking about one thing. Ashley didn't just steal the phone. She watched Lily get blamed for it. She watched my parents lecture a 13-year-old about responsibility. And she said nothing. By the time I pulled into my driveway, I already knew what I was going to do. But first I needed to make sure Lily saw something. When I walked into the house, she looked up from the couch. Her eyes went straight to the phone in my hand. She froze. Then she asked the quietest question. Where did you find it? I sat down next to her. In a pawn shop. She stared at the phone for a few seconds. Then she said something that made the situation even worse. Ashley told me not to tell you she borrowed it. When Lily said that, I felt something shift in my head. I asked her to explain. She said that before they went to the mall, Ashley told her something in the car. Ashley said she wanted to look at the phone closely because she was thinking about buying the same model. Lily believed her. She handed it over without thinking much about it. At the mall, Ashley kept the phone longer than Lily expected. Lily asked for it back once while they were walking past a clothing store. Ashley told her she still needed to check something on it. Then near the hallway by the restrooms, Ashley stopped and said she needed to make a call. She walked away with the phone. A few minutes later she came back and said the phone was gone. Lily asked how that was possible. Ashley told her someone must have taken it. Then Ashley said something Lily didn't understand at the time. She told Lily not to tell me that she had been holding the phone. Ashley said it would only make things more confusing and people might think Lily gave it away carelessly. So Lily kept quiet. That one detail explained everything. Ashley controlled the entire story from the start. When they got back to my parents' house that evening, Ashley was the one who told them what happened. Lily tried to explain that Ashley had the phone for a while, but Ashley interrupted and said it didn't matter because the phone disappeared while they were both looking around the mall. After that, everyone focused on the same idea. Lily lost it. I asked Lily one more question. Did Ashley ever give the phone back to you after she borrowed it? Lily shook her head. No. Then she looked at the phone in my hand again. Did someone turn it in? I said no. I told her someone sold it. She looked confused. Who would sell my phone? For a moment I thought about showing her the video right there. But I stopped myself. Lily had already been blamed by half the family. She had spent 2 days thinking she somehow caused the whole situation. She didn't need to see what Ashley did yet. So I told her the truth without the details. I know exactly who sold it. She looked at me for a few seconds and then something clicked in her head. Her eyes widened. You mean? I nodded. She didn't finish the sentence. We sat there quietly for a minute. Then Lily asked something that hurt more than anything my parents had said. Are Grandma and Grandpa going to be mad at me again? That question made my decision very simple. I took the flash drive out of my pocket and placed it on the table. They won't be mad at you. That evening I called my parents. I told them we needed to have dinner together the next night. I said I had something important to show them about the phone. My mom immediately started talking about responsibility again. She said maybe this was a good chance to teach Lily a lesson about expensive things. I told her we would talk tomorrow. Ashley was there too. I could hear her voice in the background asking what was going on. My mom said I finally found out what happened to the phone. Ashley immediately said something that almost made me laugh. She said she hoped Lily learned from the experience. I told them all to come for dinner at 6. Ashley said she would be there. When the call ended, I looked at the flash drive sitting on the table. Ashley had no idea what was on it. And tomorrow she was going to walk straight into the worst family dinner of her life. The next evening everyone showed up exactly at 6. My parents arrived first. My dad carried a bottle of wine like it was a normal family dinner. My mom hugged Lily and immediately asked if she had been more careful with her things lately. Lily didn't answer. Ashley arrived 10 minutes later. She walked in smiling and holding a shopping bag like nothing had happened. She even brought Lily a small box of chocolates, which felt strange considering she had spent the last 2 days telling everyone Lily lost $1,000 phone. Dinner itself was awkward. Everyone pretended the situation was already settled. My parents talked about work and neighbors. Ashley told a long story about how excited she was for her upcoming trip to New York. She mentioned the flight was already booked. I listened quietly. Every time she talked about the trip, I thought about the pawnshop counter and the cash she slid into her purse. Eventually, my mom brought the subject back. She looked at Lily and said this whole situation should be a learning experience. She said when people lose expensive things, they have to accept responsibility. Ashley nodded like she agreed. That was when I stood up from the table. I walked into the living room and grabbed something from the shelf. When I came back, I placed Lily's phone on the table. No one spoke for a few seconds. My dad leaned forward. "Where did you find that?" Ashley stared at the phone like she had seen a ghost. My mom looked confused. "I thought it was lost." I sat down again. "I found it yesterday." My dad asked where. "In a pawn shop 2 blocks from the mall." Ashley immediately spoke. "That doesn't mean anything. Someone could have picked it up and sold it." I nodded. "That's possible." Ashley relaxed a little when I said that. Then I pulled my laptop onto the table and opened it. "But the shop has security cameras." No one spoke. I plugged in the flash drive and clicked the video file. The screen showed the inside of the pawn shop. The timestamp was from 2 days earlier. My parents leaned closer to the screen. At first the video just showed the counter. Then the door opened. Ashley walked in. The room went completely silent. On the screen, Ashley pulled the phone from her purse and placed it on the glass counter. The employee examined it. Then he counted cash into her hand. The video ended a few seconds after she left the store. For a moment nobody said anything. My mom slowly turned her head toward Ashley. My dad looked like he couldn't process what he had just seen. Ashley didn't move. Her face had gone completely pale. For about 10 seconds no one spoke. The only sound in the room was the laptop fan. My dad kept staring at the screen like he expected the video to change if he looked long enough. My mom slowly turned toward Ashley. Ashley was still sitting there, completely frozen. Then she said the first thing that came to her mind. "That's not what it looks like." No one answered. She started talking faster. "I found the phone after Lily lost it. I was going to tell you, but I needed money and I thought I could buy it back later." My dad frowned. "You found it where?" Ashley hesitated for a moment. "At the mall." Lily spoke from the other side of the table. "I never got it back after you borrowed it." Ashley didn't even look at her. He kept looking at my parents. I was trying to fix the situation. I asked her one question. "Why did you tell everyone Lily lost it?" Ashley opened her mouth but nothing came out for a few seconds. Finally she said she panicked. She said she didn't think the phone would be such a big deal. My mom was staring at her like she didn't recognize her own daughter. Then my dad asked something very simple. "So you let us spend 2 days blaming Lily?" Ashley didn't answer. That silence said more than anything she could have said. My mom slowly turned toward Lily. For the first time since the whole thing started, she looked embarrassed. She said Lily didn't deserve to be blamed. My dad cleared his throat and said the same thing. But the room still felt heavy. Ashley finally looked at me. She asked why I didn't just call her before showing everyone the video. I told her the truth. Because she didn't call anyone when everyone was blaming a 13-year-old. After that there wasn't much left to say. Ashley tried one more time to explain that she was stressed about money and the New York trip. That made my dad angry for the first time that evening. He said selling your niece's birthday gift wasn't a normal way to solve money problems. Ashley didn't have an answer. Finally my mom looked at Lily and said something she should have said 2 days earlier. She apologized. My dad apologized too. Lily nodded but didn't say much. She just held the phone in both hands like she still couldn't believe it was back. Ashley sat there quietly while the rest of us talked. No one asked her about New York again. About 20 minutes later she grabbed her purse and left without finishing dinner. The door closed behind her and the house felt strangely calm. But the story didn't actually end there. Because the next morning Ashley called me. And what she said during that call somehow made the entire situation even worse. Ashley called me the next morning around 9. I expected her to apologize. Instead, the first thing she asked was whether I still had the video. I said yes. There was a long pause on the phone. Then she asked if I had shown it to anyone else. I told her only the people who were at dinner had seen it. Another pause. Then she said something that made the entire situation stranger. She asked if I could delete it. Not because she felt bad about Lily. Not because she regretted what she did. She said she didn't want the video circulating in the family. I asked her why that mattered. She hesitated for a moment and then told me the real reason. Apparently, she had already told several relatives a completely different story. She told them that I embarrassed her at dinner for no reason. She told them I had accused her of stealing the phone without proof. According to her version, I was trying to create drama. She had already called 2 of our cousins and an aunt. I asked her a simple question. So what were you planning to do when they eventually heard the real story? She didn't answer that. Instead, she asked again if I could delete the video so things wouldn't get messy. That was when I realized something. Ashley still believed she could control the story. The same way she controlled it the day the phone disappeared. I told her I wasn't deleting anything. Then I reminded her of something she seemed to forget. The pawn shop also had the footage. After that, she got quiet. She said she thought I was making a bigger deal out of the situation than necessary. I told her a 13-year-old was blamed by 4 adults for something she didn't do. That sounded like a big deal to me. Ashley didn't argue anymore. She just said she needed time to think and hung up. Later that afternoon, my mom called me. She had spoken with Ashley again. Apparently, Ashley had canceled her New York trip. Not because she felt guilty. Because my parents refused to help her with money anymore. My dad told her something very direct. If she was willing to sell something that belonged to her niece, they couldn't trust her with anything financial. That was the part Ashley seemed most upset about. Meanwhile, Lily was sitting on the couch that evening setting up her phone again. Reconnecting her apps, changing passwords, fixing everything that had been reset. At one point she looked up at me and asked something simple. Are they still mad at me? I told her no. Then I told her something else. Sometimes the truth takes a little longer to show up. But when it does, it usually makes everyone very uncomfortable. And judging by the look on Ashley's face at dinner the night before, that was exactly what happened.